Hi everyone, I am Susinda Pereira. I am software engineer at WSO2 Developer Studio team. In this session, we are going to cover how to create an endpoint, proxy service, sequences, and other ESB artifacts. So for that, we need to have Developer Studio installed. You can download the latest version of Developer Studio from this link, and for install instructions, please follow this. I have Developer Studio installed on my machine. Actually, it comes as a plugin for Eclipse. So I am going to start Eclipse. We'll give a fresh workspace. Let's say W2. And now you may see that Developer Studio on the menu. Click on Developer Studio menu. You may see submenus: Open Dashboard, Samples, and About. We are using Developer Studio 3.5.0 here, and we'll check Developer Studio Dashboard. This dashboard is the place where you could find all the projects supported in Developer Studio. Here you may see there are several project categories under Application Server, Enterprise Service Bus, Governance Registry, DSS, and so on. So in this session, as I described earlier, we are going to look at how to create ESB artifacts. So make this more meaningful, I have chosen a sample scenario. You can find the article in this link. Actually, this is a real world use case of ESB where service integration takes place. In this scenario, we have 3 different services running in 3 different places, and ESB acts as the service integrator. So to implement this scenario, we need to have a proxy service and 3 endpoints for the 3 services. In this part of the video, we are going to cover how to create a ESB project. You may see under Enterprise Service Bus category, ESB config project link is there. You can use this link, or you can use file new operation. I am using file new here. File new, choose project, then type ESB. You may see it is listed under WSO2 message mediation project type. So I am select this and click next. We have 2 options, either to create new one or import project. Since we don't have any project created, I am using the first option, create new ESB config project, and click next. Here we have to give a project name. Since I am following the article mentioned earlier, so I am using name as Healthcare Scenario ESB. Then click next. Then we have Maven information page. I will leave this as default for the time being, since this is advanced configuration. You may need this when you are doing advanced Maven configuration. So I will click finish. Once you create the ESB project, you may see it is listed under Project Explorer, and you may also notice that we have several folders. These folders are used to keep the different kinds of ESB artifacts, including endpoints, proxies, local entries, sequence, and so on. In this part of the video, we are going to look at how to create an endpoint in Developer Studio. Now we have a ESB project created, namely Healthcare Scenario ESB. So we will move into create an endpoint. So as I mentioned earlier, there are several ways that you can create an endpoint, either to use dashboard or file new operation, and also you can use the context menu here. Right click and click on new. You may see endpoint is listed here. Click on that and it will open up the wizard page. We have two options, either to create new one or import an existing one. Since we don't have any, I'll use the first option and click on next. So we have to give an endpoint name here, and according to our tutorial we have to create an endpoint with name geo endpoint, geo ep. So I'll copy this down and paste here. There are several endpoint types supported, namely address endpoint, HTTP, failover, recipient list template. So depending on that, this field will be different. For in this case, we have to use address endpoint since this is an address endpoint. So I'll use that, and we have to give the address. I'll copy that from the article. Address is this, and I'll copy it and paste here. So it has another field, that is save endpoint in. If you notice, it is the same name as this, that is to save the place where to save the endpoint. Or you could simply browse and select it. Choose it and select, press OK and click on finish. Once you click on finish, you may see the graphical editor of Developer Studio. Here is the graphical editor, and once you click, you can see the corresponding properties for that endpoint in properties panel. And also in Project Explorer, you can see it under endpoints folder of the ESB project. So we have done with the first endpoint. In this screencast, we looked at how to create a ESB project in Developer Studio, as well as create an endpoint and its configuration. So for more information, you can visit docs.wso2.org Developer Studio page. In next screencast, we will look at how to configure proxy service and other artifacts. Thank you.